we're going to call Detective Sabrina Sims for a limited purpose.
Do you solemnly swear affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes.
And with both case detectives, if you return to the stands, if you're still able and willing to testify without a mask, I won't engage in the question with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Detective Sims, I assume your name is still spelled the same as yesterday?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So we won't go through that again. In the course of this investigation, were various warrants and subpoenas written?
Yes, they were.
And what is the purpose of a warrant or a subpoena?
Depending on the type, we're looking for records from companies or businesses. For example, cell phone companies, medical records, things of that sort.
Okay. Basically telling them they have to turn over whatever you wrote the subpoena for.
That's correct.
Okay. And were such records written to local healthcare and hospitals in the area?
Yes.
Okay. Specifically for the defendant's records?
That's correct.
Okay. I'm going to show you what has been marked as Exhibit 494. What is Exhibit 494?
It is a subpoena and return for the UW health records of Chandler Halderson.
And does that appear to be a true and accurate copy of that subpoena?
Yes, it does.
At this time, I would move Exhibit 494 into evidence.
Any objection?
None.
It is received.
And of course, a lot of it is just legal mumbo jumbo, but I have noted with a pink tab there, a paragraph. It's on page 1347 of Discovery for Counsel. Would you just read to the jury this paragraph, what specifically UW Health was court ordered to provide your office with?
Sure. Certified copies of medical records pertaining to Chandler M. Halderson, male white, date of birth 3/15/1998. More specifically, a complete copy of the official medical records to include outpatient notes, all discharge summaries, all pathology reports, and all clinic summaries, X-ray, EKG, and lab reports collected and created by UW Health pertaining to the Halderson's examination on or around June 17th, 2021, and any follow-up treatment as a result of a head injury.
All right. So you asked for the records for that day that he went into the ER, but also for any follow-up appointments.
That's correct.
Did you receive records from UW Health for the day he was seen at the ER?
Yes, we did.
Did you receive any records for any follow-up appointments?
We did not.
Okay. But they were court ordered to provide them had any follow-up appointments occurred?
That's correct.
I'm now going to show you what has been marked as Exhibits 492 and 493. What are those two exhibits? What is 492 first?
492 is a document from UW Health, including a certification of medical records from CIOX Health, and it is the health records from UW in regards to patient Chandler M. Halderson for treatment he received on June 17th, 2021.
And does that appear to be a true and accurate copy of what you received from UW Health in response to your court order?
Yes, it does.
And what is document 493?
493 is a CIOX Health certification of medical records for Chandler Halderson, certifying the records that we received. CIOX Health is a records management company that manages the records for UW.
So they are the ones who receive the subpoenas and they output or answer the subpoenas and send you the court-ordered records.
That's correct.
At this time, I would move exhibits 493 and 492 into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
They are received.
And I'm of course not going to put these on the overhead because they're very small print, but I am going to ask on page 1207 or page 10 of the medical records, I'm going to ask that you just read this paragraph for the jury.
And which exhibit number
I'm
is
sorry,
that?
that is on 492.
Thank you.
Sure. On arrival, the patient presented as above and was promptly evaluated by this provider. VS, Victor Sam, were reviewed, which were reassuring. Exam notable for midline C2, C3 tenderness to palpation. Patient was promptly provided a cervical collar. Obtain CT, head and CT cervical spine, both of which were negative. Given the patient remains with midline cervical spine tenderness, palpation was placed in a PMT, Paul, Mary, Tom, collar. Patient likely suffered a mild concussion. We did discuss signs or symptoms that would warrant immediate return to the emergency department, for which patient verbalized understanding. Patient was provided concussion protocol for home, in addition to prescription for Zofran for nausea. Patient and patient's father were in agreement with treatment plan, was subsequently discharged home, stable condition with neurosurgical follow-up in 4 to 6 weeks for repeat evaluation of his cervical spine.
All right. I have no further questions for this witness at this time.
Cross-examination?
Detective Sims, as far as the subpoena goes, that was directly to UW Hospital, correct?
Can I look at the document again? It was UW Health. There's just multiple hospitals, UW hospitals and clinics.
And let me ask a better question.
Sure.
No other subpoenas to any other hospitals in Madison were sent out, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you.
Any redirect?
No.
Detective, thank you. You may return to your seat.